What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Talk About Transformers. Today is kind of going to be a little bit of an indulgence episode on my part. It's been a year since I started putting these videos up on the internet, and the style and what I've been able to do and how it looks has all changed over time. So I am going to just kind of redo my first figure review in the new style, just so I can see how it changed from where we were to where we are. I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again, but we're going to do it today. Last video, I had been joined by an assistant. It was my ball python, Nanner. My wife actually put him around my neck before I started filming, so if I didn't mention that she was the one who handed him off to me in the last video, it was her who gave him to me, so that's how he ended up in there. Today's video, I am joined by another ball python. It is my wife's ball python. Her name is Tempest, and I don't know what your guys' reaction to Nanner was, because I'm filming this the day before that review goes live, so hopefully you enjoyed him, and she's going to be in this one. So the same thing is going to apply here that did in the other video, where I'm going to give a warning before she's in the size comparisons, and then when I say they're wrapped up, that means she's gone. I'm not going to warn, I'm not going to repeat this stuff. I'm just going to say, here comes the ball python, and then when it's over, it's over. So you'll get this warning, and if you skip it, sorry that you skipped it. With that all out of the way, we do not have a box to look at this time. We did not have a box to look at originally either, because I had already opened the figure and got rid of the box before I decided to do this. So here we have Rattrap in his alternate mode, like we tend to start out on the channel, and he is a decent little figure, a very small figure for core class, of course, but there you've got on his much of his body is molded in this gray-brown plastic, and you've got a little bit of white fur here at the front with pink on the nose, pink on the inside of the ears, pink on all of his feet. These are separate molded feet for the robot. These ones are just molded into the rat body itself. Coming around to the back, you've got his tail here. Lots of good fur texture. The tail being pink would have been nice, but what can you do? And then on the underside, you've just got all this robot showing through, but he is core class. So, and then for the eye, if I can get it to focus on the eye and not my thumb, you've got some black paint and some white paint in there for the eyeball. Big old black pupil that the rodents have, with the white in there for the light shining off of them, I suppose. And then there's a little bit of paint here too, to match with the fur. That's the back of the robot head, but we'll get into that later. And that is about it for the way he looks. Articulation, these back feet are on ball joints due to the robot mode, and these back legs kind of have hip joints, loosely saying they have hip joints, not a solid joint there. It's just kind of circumstance that it's there. And then the tail can wiggle a bit from transformation, so you can wiggle that up and down a little bit if you want, but really not a whole lot of posability going on in the rat mode, but that's okay. So we'll go ahead, put him down. We'll take a look at his weapon. It is molded in the same plastic as the body, it looks like. At least it's a very similar plastic. I think the color is just thrown off because this is smooth, and this has that fur texture, which changes how the light reflects off of it. So it kind of gives it a different look. It's got nice molded details on it on both sides, no real hollow parts. You have a big old tab for alt mode storage, and then this little tab I want to say is for robot mode storage. It's been a while since I've had him out, so we'll take a look at that. Then you've got a 3mm peg for the hand in robot mode, so you can take this peg, this tab here, and it can go into either of the back legs there for your weapon storage. Voila, he is armed and rodent. So you've got your gun-toting rat there. We'll go ahead and take a look at some size comparisons. And we're going to be zooming out for these, but we should be able to start in at the core class here. Beginning our size comparisons, as always, we have the Kingdom Core Class Starscream. These two were Wavemates, and I think Starscream might have been my second review, could have been my third. I'm not redoing his. I'm not gonna sit there and do that. I just want to redo this one. But there you have him with Starscream. Alright, we haven't had to back out yet. Here for your deluxe class size comparison, you have the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Ratchet figure. And he does come back down quite a bit, so he is able to fit in the shot. Alright, and here's where we're going to have to start changing the angles and pushing them back on the table a little bit. Here we have him with the Siege Voyager class Sound Blaster for your Voyager scale comparison. Here for our Leader class comparison, we have Rattrap with the Leader class Tyrannicon Rex, aka Beast Wars Megatron mold. And then after this is going to be the snake comparison. So if you don't like snakes, reptiles, and the like, go ahead and look away until I say that the size comparisons are over. Alright, here we have Rattrap with my wife's ball python Tempest. We'll go ahead and push him out to the side because she dragged him when I put her on the table. And we'll give you a good look here. She is larger than Nanner, but here she is. Come on, dear. There's Tempest with Rattrap for your size comparisons. Yeah, you don't know this place either, do you? Alright, and that does it for our size comparisons. If you were looking away, you can look back. We're going to go ahead and get into his transformation here. I haven't practiced this, so we'll just go for it and see what happens. Took the weapon off, so I want to say, oh, this came unplugged. Unplugged. I haven't said plague in a while. This came unplugged. We don't want that to happen yet. Let's see. I think one of the first things I like to do, and this is probably in a different order than original, is I like to untab the arms back here. You've got these tabs on the back section that tab into slots on the forearms. Untab those, and then go ahead and take the leg out of its place. It kind of rests against this tab here. We're going to go ahead and rotate the leg down on this ball joint, kind of straightening out this ball joint, and then this section here is going to line up with this flat section on the back. Then we'll go ahead and rotate the foot. Second leg in a similar fashion, rotate it down, rotate it around and straighten it out, straighten out the foot, and that gives us the ability to raise this section up. We'll go ahead and rotate the tail around to reveal this hook-like structure here, and then we can go ahead and untab the side of the rodent from this leg here, which also pulls the arms out. Come on. There we go. At this point, we can go ahead and rotate the legs at the knees because they will be wanting to face forward, and then I turn the legs, or the feet got to turn around. I turned one foot the wrong way, so it's all facing the right way. These hinges that the arms are on are going to rotate up, and this slot here was tabbed into this tab here, so when you pull it away, it's going to untab, rotate up. We'll go ahead and rotate the rodent head down into the chest, rotate the robot head around, and then there is a double hinge system here. You're going to rotate the torso down on, and then this hook that we mentioned earlier is going to clip on to the back there. Then you just rotate the shoulders down and the elbows forward, get them nice and oriented properly. Rotate down and forward. When he's coming, his arms are coming down, it almost looks like he's going to do this whole thing. But there we go. We've got him transformed. So we'll go ahead and get him standing, and then we'll take a look at the robot mode details here. Alright, we'll go ahead and zoom in real quick so we can take a look at Rattrap. His head is cast in the same plastic that the arms, and upper legs are cast in. And then you've got the silver painted on top for that brain showing that he had, with red paint in the eyes and the mouth, and then his two teeth are actually picked out in silver, it looks like. So a lot of little paint apps here on his head. The chest has the same paint that he had in rodent mode, and the forearms have some silver paint to accent them with some of the tiniest little maximal symbols in existence. Look at how small those things are. Coming down here, this is all pretty much unpainted till you get to the feet, but because of the difference in the feet, the lower legs and upper legs, plus that little bit of paint on the arms, he's got a decent amount of color breakup, which, you know, I like. Coming up the side, you've got the paint for the front legs on the rat, but nothing new other than that. Paint wise, lots of nice molded details. And then coming down the back, you've got ball joints, and then just rat stuff. He's got a tail kind of hanging off here, but not too bad. Like I said, we take the gun. You've got this little tab here, and I want to say it plugs in to the back here somewhere. I just can't remember exactly. There we go. So yeah, you've got the tab on the gun, and then you've got the slot in the backpack, and you just go ahead and line them up, stick that in there, and there's your weapon storage in robot mode if you don't want them holding it. I swear it felt, oh, I dropped it. I swear it was tighter before, but I think that's the way it's got to go on there. So anyway, I'm gonna put it in his hand. You got the 3mm hole with the 3mm post. Go ahead and put that in his hand if you want. And then we'll zoom back out, take a look at the articulation. He has got just a swivel here at the head. It's not ball jointed or anything. I remember this used to come undone on me. The head would split in half. It doesn't seem to be doing it now, so either I figured out how to move it around without doing that, or I glued it. I don't know which. Shoulders are kind of weird. You do have the outward movement, and you do have some upward movement about that far, but because the ball joint's like sitting behind it, in order to point up, you'd have to like rotate like that and then rotate the forearm around, so you can still get it where you want it. It's just going to look a little awkward. The elbow is on a ball joint, so you get the 360 movement with a little bit over 90 there at the elbow because of the cut. Nothing at the hands, nothing at the waist. It's core class, so that's okay. Ball jointed hips, you can go back this far, you can go forward this far, so almost a full split if he's leaning forward. Out to the side, he does do a nice full split, a little farther than straight. Knee is also on a ball joint, so you do have your rotation there, as well as a little, well, I guess I'm just going to call it, yeah, a little over 90 degrees. You have this secondary ball joint for transformation that you could use for a double jointed knee. It looks a little wonky, but you could do it if you wanted to use it to get away with it. And then, like I mentioned, in the beast mode, he does have a ball joint at the angle, lets you get a little bit of tilting side to side, a little bit up and down, and then you get the full rotation for that ball joint at the ankle. So pretty articulated for a core class figure. I remember being impressed with him when I got him. I'm pretty sure I praised it a lot in the original review, but yes, very good looking robot mode. We'll go ahead and get him posed up and then take a look at some size comparisons. Alrighty, starting off size comparisons, here we have him with the Legacy Skywarp core class comparison. Here he is with the Studio Series Deluxe Class Bumblebee Movie Ironhide for your Deluxe Class size comparison. Here he is next to the Voyager Class Netflix Tape Deck Soundwave for your Voyager size comparison. And here he is with the Kingdom Leader Class Megatron size comparison for your leader class comparison and another Beast Wars cast member. Next up is the Python. So, rules. Look away if you are not a fan of Pythons. Alright, and they like to try and run away with the figures, so I'm going to have to start these size comparisons with them off the screen. For your snake size comparison, here you have Rattrap with Tempest. And just like Wild Rider before him, Rattrap is getting moved around at the ankles. Yep, she stole him. That's what they do. Alright, and that pretty much is going to do it for Kingdom Rattrap. I'm okay if this doesn't get a lot of reviews, and I wanted to put it out there to kind of show a little bit of a before and after of where I came from and where I'm at in the course of about a year. So this video is just kind of something for me. Next week is going to be something for me too, but it's also going to be new, so you guys will probably enjoy that. Pros and cons of the figure. For the size, I think that what they've painted is really impressive. Those little maximal symbols in particular, and next to his teeth, are also pretty impressive. I think that the paint they've added does well to make the figure look nice in both modes. It makes it look ratty in rat mode. It breaks up the color with the differences in plastics in robot mode, so the paint I think is really well done. Molding is also well done. Usually it is on these Generations figures, so that's not a problem I have. Articulation for a core class figure is phenomenal. I think that even though his shoulders are a little wonky, that you basically have everything you could ask for on a figure this size at retail. And then transformation is fun, and both modes look great. So this is basically a slam dunk of a figure for the core class size, and I think that if you don't have it and you passed on it, I would try and find one if you could. It's definitely fun to have and carry around in your pocket if you're just going somewhere and want something to fiddle with. And that's about it, so I will see you guys next time. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you like the video and want to see more, and go ahead and share it with people you think would enjoy my content too. I appreciate all of my subscribers. I've come I think a decent chunk in a year. I'm not complaining about the amount I have, but I'll always welcome in some more, so go ahead and do that if you want, and I'll catch you in the next episode.